Alright everybody, welcome back to another Last of Us Part 2 No Return video. Now, I'm in a custom run with certain modifiers and things disabled or enabled for my blindness and motor impairment, right? So just easier. I just want to offer some tips and tricks for the blind players who are trying to get into this mode or who are struggling. For me, I make it a priority to never or rarely spend any upgrade parts on my starting equipment, whatever character I'm playing. Unless it's like a recipe in the trading post that I might need later. And the other thing too is, depending on the recipe, I'm actually going to walk away from this because it's kind of annoying me. You can get the recipe in preparation in case you get lucky to have the manual spawn. For example, the close quarters manual gives you the improved melee or the melee weapon upgrade and improved melee weapon upgrade and increased health, right? So if you buy the recipe for that, or just in general, right from the trading post, or you get it as a dead drop reward, then that is out of the loot pool for your trading post. So like right now, I just bought the trading post, or not the melee upgrade recipe thing right there, right? And now that's out of the loot pool, so now I have a higher chance of getting like parts or supplements if I need them, or health kits or whatever like might be more useful. Not to say it's not useful, but it's just an option. And it saves you supplements for skill trees because you already have that recipe technically unlocked. So it'd be the same idea if you had silencers, and you picked up I think it's the covert ops, maybe the stealth one, where the first tier is you can make a silencer, right? But that first tier is already picked up because you already have the recipe. So that is a great way to preemptively, okay, I want this recipe, and you look on the board, you see, okay, I get this recipe at this trading post, stop right now, and if I get the right branch, I can get to this manual and save the currency, and like you can actually plan it out, right? So that's one big one. Again, the parts not being spent on your items, for the most part, because your starting weapons are mostly there to get you through the first 5 encounters, to be honest, and then at least what I do is I save my parts for my big damage, right? The shotguns, the rifles, the hunting pistol, even the revolver. Didn't I say the revolver is actually pretty strong? But it, like for example, I'm not gonna put many parts into the semi-auto pistol. It's just not that powerful. Compared to like the revolver, hunting pistol, whatever. I am going to put him in this run just because I'm trying to do the run with only your starting weapons, starting gear. And I picked Lev for this because she has the bow, which is stealthy, and I can make craft explosive arrows for the boss. And so yeah, so the general gist is save your parts for later, save your supplements, and try and plan out your purchases at trading posts and supplements. Excuse me. If you're blind or vision impaired, they do have a mode thing or filter for sight-based gambits. So like, kill the 2 enemies that are highlighted, they remove stuff like that, right? So that helps blind players. Sorry about that again. Let's see the modes, the filters, the parts. Oh, depending on your playstyle, you may want to go more brawler focused or more stealth focused. It really depends on what you want to do. But generally, I advise planning for the boss ahead. So depending on the boss, what boss you get, you may want to stealth. You may want to have all the health in the world and just try and tank everything. It just depends on the boss, right? So for me, for the bloaters, because I'm stuck on the garage bloater right now, I'm doing everything in my power to have more health and melee and hopefully have a higher chance of not dying, right? But like the theater and the rattler encounters, I'm like, no, I'm gonna take more stealthy routes. Maybe a close quarters skill branch if I find it, and maybe a stealth one, or just depends on the situation, right? But yeah, I hope you guys take some of this into account. This is not a very detailed guide. I will advise, if you can, complete all the gambits. The dead drops are not necessary for the most part if you get really lucky with your trading post rolls and stuff like that. But dead drops, they're good to do, because why not, right? You trade some crafting items or craftable items for potential like plans, or even a silence SMG, for example, or flamethrower. So those are good pulls. But the tricky part is, unless you have all the recipes that your character can make or buy from the trading post or earn in skill trees, your recipe pool will kind of fill up, so you may not get the reward you want. And of course, if you don't have a long gun holster or short gun holster, then you're kind of out of luck as far as running out of ammo and at that point, like your parts are getting so expensive to upgrade everything. So I would advise no more than 4 guns per run. No more than 4. Ideally 2 or 3. Right, depending on the character, of course. Like Manny, dude, is totally fine. We're just a starting kit, to be honest. Joel, same deal. Like, just take the revolver and take a hunting pistol, and then probably have your pump action shotgun or whatever, and you're totally set. Like, it just greatly depends on the character. Like for Abby, I always try to prioritize the double barrel shotgun with Abby, and just upgrade that and upgrade the starting pistol she gets, and mostly focus on melee, of course. For it, again, it really depends on what's happening, right? Which situation. I'd always, if you can, I'd advise for gambits, like I said, because they give you a lot of currency for the trading post. Capture events are probably my favorite ones to do because they give you so much more rewards because of the safes. If you're blind or vision impaired, none of these are hard to do. I don't think, except the actual boss encounters themselves, like the big like bloaters, and I bet the Rat King are going to be a real pain. Like I was stuck on this garage bloater for a minute, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, these are not the most detailed things, but as a quick summary, save your parts, save your supplements, try and plan out your route, and then try and pick up recipes when you can from the trading post. That way you can limit the dead drop pool, or yeah, and the trading post pool for rewards. As well as, if you can, prioritize capture events because they give, in my opinion, they give way more rewards and more benefits than other modes. Dead drops are not completely necessary, but they are helpful, but they're not completely necessary. If you're at a situation where I'm as stocked as I'm gonna be, so you may as well save your whatever your mats and just go into the next encounter, right? So I'd also advise for this one specifically, don't enable slow motion. It really messes you up in this mode because this mode is not as, you can't be as slow and patient. I mean, you can be slow and patient and stealthy and stuff, but it's just not the most fitting for this mode, in my opinion. I even went in and like adjusted some of my sensitivity so I can actually snap to the head or the leg shots faster, so I can actually get stuns and quick kills and stuff like that. So again, thanks again for watching. I know I keep reiterating my points, but I'm tired, so thanks again for watching. And I'm saying it, and I keep saying it until the day until I stop making YouTube, I guess. Yeah, thanks again. See you guys next time.